what is up? How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well and I hope you're taking care of yourself. And if you're having a bad day, I hope it gets better, but if it doesn't, that's okay. Tomorrow will be better, but seriously, like if you are having like a sad or an anxious or a difficult day, make sure you do something for yourself, even though that sometimes is the hardest thing to do. Make sure you do something for yourself, for your heart, to make you feel good. In any way that you can. Today, I just want to do a really quick channel update. I have quite a few things I want to get through, but I do want to keep this short, but also just like chill and casual. I will put the chapters down below in case like there's one topic you don't really care about and you want to see the other stuff. Feel free to check those. The first section is the most important section that we're going to be talking about. So that is the part I recommend you do watch, but the other parts doesn't really matter. So the biggest thing that I just want to do a quick update on is I am taking a bit of a break from discographies. I have my notes over here, by the way, so if you see me I'm looking at notes. The reality is there's a lot of videos that I've wanted to do for months that just keep getting pushed off because I feel the need to work on the discographies, especially because I get a lot of comments that are like, yo, where's the next video in this? When is the next video in this coming? Why haven't you done this yet? And it's like very overwhelming. So I always push off the things that I really want to do just to get the discography videos done. The discographies are they're fun, obviously. That's why I did them for as long as I did, but they're very overwhelming and they're very much a commitment, and I end up doing like the same artist for 2 months and it just feels like I'm neglecting other things. And again, like there's just so much I want to do and the discographies keep me from really being able to do that. I also kind of just feel like I've been doing way too much of the same. As you guys know, like my videos have a very particular format to them and it's a format that I love. I'm really glad I started doing it around like April-ish of last year. I think the first video I did in this format was Flicker by Nile. And I love it, but it's kind of gotten to the point where it's just a formula. So when I sit down to edit, there isn't really much room for me to be creative anymore because I'm just kind of plugging things into a formula and I just feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over and over again. And from like a viewer point of view, I feel like that's kind of boring. And from a creative point of view, I just get like, I just have no creative outlet when it comes to these videos because like I'm not doing anything creative. I will still be finishing BTS though because that is one that has been going on for a long time. Those videos are a lot, that's why there's like a lot of space between them, but I will be finishing that. That's the one discography that I'm currently in that I need to finish. And I may come back to doing discographies at some point, but for now I just want to like step back and do other stuff. What other stuff, you might be asking? This other stuff. I'm still gonna do albums. It doesn't mean I'm done doing albums. I will be doing new releases when they come out. For example, Harry's House. So excited for that one. I will be reacting to that, obviously. Then there's like old albums or recent albums that have come out that I just didn't get a chance to get to because there was so much going on. For example, Optimist by Phineas. This is one that a lot of people have asked for, one that I've wanted to do, but it's one of the ones that I literally keep dragging in my calendar to the next week, to the next week, to the next week, because everything just gets pushed off. New releases pop up and I have to cover those and I'm like, oh, stuck in the discographies, blah, blah, blah. You get the point, I already said it. The first time listening to type stuff, for example, the Maisie Peters, Joshua Bassett, and Gracie Abrams videos where I kind of did the majority of their discography in one video with smaller artists. I want to do stuff like that. Those are really fun for me because it's like a little bit creative, a little bit different, a little bit of like work that has to go into creating those, so I like those. My next first time listening to, the first one that I'm going to be doing, is going to be an artist who I've never listened to before, who I recently mentioned in a video that I did very, very recently that I wanted to check them out. And I'll be doing their most popular album that is around the same color as my nails right now. The album's around this color. That's what I'll say for now. That is what I plan on doing next. But that's basically what I'm gonna move towards right now, is just kind of doing like one-off albums, first time listening to, new releases, of course. I might be able to do more singles as well, like when singles come out, because I kind of got away from doing that and I want to do that a little bit more again. And I also just want to do like more creative videos that take more effort. I feel so much better about the things I create when I actually have to put a lot of effort into them. For example, the 5 Sauce Lost Boys video, that is one of my favorite videos that I've ever done on this channel because it was just like different, it was super fun. There was like a little bit of drama added to it because I wasn't gonna react to everything. I don't know, I really liked that video. I think people did like that video as well. So I wanna do more stuff like in that realm. I also have a ton of 5 Sauce videos that are in that group of videos that have been getting pushed off for months that are different from just like your typical reaction that I want to do. Cocktail chats. The last thing in terms of upcoming content is there's some other videos that I've had planned for a while, again in this collection of things that are getting pushed off that are not exactly reactions but still music related. Videos for months I've been wanting to do these, and I'm finally going to actually give them a shot and see how they go. They might not work, people might not like them, but I'm gonna try it because I want to try new stuff. I want to do different things. Hopefully that's cool with you guys. I know some people are gonna be really disappointed that I'm not doing discographies. Again, I might come back, but for now I just really wanna, it's just so much of a commitment and I just wanna try some new stuff and mix it up a little. So that's that. In case you missed it, I have a brand new channel as well. It is called She's Scared, and it is for all horror-esque content, spooky content. Right now, I've done movie reactions and game playthroughs. I played the game Year Walk, which is like a spooky horror-esque game, and I've watched The Conjuring 2, and Annabelle is coming up next. I've already filmed it, I'm working on the edit, and it's really fun. I'm also planning on doing some like paranormal stuff over there, and it's kind of just gonna be, I'm figuring it out as I go. I just know that I want it to focus on horror and scary stuff. So if you're into that kind of content, definitely check it out. I'll link it down below. I'm really excited about that channel, and I'm really passionate about it, so if you like it, check it out. If you don't like horror, don't subscribe. A lot of people have been commenting, they're like, I hate horror, but I'm here for you. No, you don't have to do that. It's okay. I understand a lot of people hate horror, and it's okay. Don't feel bad. This is just a quick thing I want to address, and I've talked about this before, but I just want to cover it again real quick. A lot of people ask me all the time, especially when I post about things that I've posted on Patreon, why do you have to post that just on Patreon? Can't you post it on YouTube? The reality is, the quick and short, simple answer to this is like, YouTube does not make me enough money to live off. I'll be honest with you, on average I make about $150 a month on YouTube. That's not gonna cover all that much for me. And that's because of copyright claims and everything, and you know, it makes sense and I don't complain about it, but that's why I need Patreon. That is where my main source of income comes from, and I understand that not everyone can support on Patreon, and that's okay. I don't want people to ever feel pressured to help support on Patreon. It's just there for people who want to support me or are looking for specific content. And I know, and I feel bad. I don't love putting content behind a paywall. It is not something I enjoy doing, especially when I'm coming from YouTube where things are free. But I do post so much free content, so like some things are just gonna go on Patreon because I need to support myself. I need food, I need to pay rent, I need to pay car insurance, I need to pay my credit card bill and my internet bill and my electricity bill, and without Patreon, I can't do that. Without Patreon, I wouldn't be able to do this. I hate talking about it because I just like hate promoting Patreon when it's something you have to pay for. It is such an awkward thing, and I don't want to ask people for money. Like, it just feels, ugh. It's just the way that it is, and I know a lot of people don't get it or just are angry that I have Patreon and they think it's just some kind of scam to get your money. It's not. Like, I just want to pay my bills. That's what I want to do. So that's why I have Patreon. If you want to sign up for Patreon, I do want to explain one thing quick, and this is kind of random, but it's just Patreon's billing cycle is, I get why it is the way that it is, but it's also like really frustrating. They bill you on the 1st of the month no matter what. If you sign up on, what is today? Today's March 28th. If you were to sign up today, March 28th, you would get charged for the month of March today, but then on April 1st, you would get charged for the month of April. So I always recommend, like, if you're gonna sign up at the beginning of the month. Because if you sign up right at the end of the month, you're gonna pay for both the month you're currently in and the next month within like 3 days. If that ever happens to anybody, just message me on Patreon and I'll get it figured out for you. But that's just the way the system works for Patreon, so just gotta give you a heads up there, because I don't want people to get billed more than they need to. It's frustrating, but then again, I get why Patreon does that way, because there are certain rewards that have to be done on a monthly basis. But yeah, just a heads up. Okay, so this one, okay. Like I said, I have my notes here. I've outlined this video so I could keep all my thoughts pretty concise. I've gone through like 3 versions of this section, like a really long version, then a pretty medium version, and now I'm just gonna give you the short version. I've been trying to cut down how much I use Twitter for years. Literally for years. I've been like slowly backing away from Twitter. But especially more recently, like just within the past like 4 or 5 months, I just like really I just don't like it. It makes me feel bad. It does so much more harm than good for me. I just like realized like it's not worth it. I just need to really make an effort now to step back from Twitter, and that's what I'm doing. I'm still gonna be posting like my videos on there. I might use it to ask you guys for like advice about videos or for input on videos. If my faves, Cough 5 Sauce, do anything, I'll probably go over there and scream for a minute with you guys because I won't be able to help myself. But I want to cut it out of like my daily life, and like I don't want to use it casually anymore, and so I'm just not going to. Some days I might slip, by the way. Like if you see a tweet, don't be like, oh my god, she's a liar. No, like I'm working on it. I mean, I've been using Twitter since I was in 8th grade, like daily. So it's just like trying to break a bad habit right now. Of course, the one major downside to me stepping away from Twitter is that I find Twitter has been the easiest way to communicate with you guys, just like in a really fun, casual way. So to kind of combat that, I will be responding to a lot more YouTube comments now. Like that's gonna be my main way to interact with you guys. I'm also considering is a strong word here, considering getting back into Discord, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Discord just because it's like, I don't get it, but I think it's supposed to be a more positive way to create a community without like all this other stuff going on. I don't know, you guys let me know how you feel about Discord. I have a Discord, I don't use it because I don't get it, but I'll look back into it again maybe, I don't know. But that's really it. I could tell you all the reasons why I don't want to be on Twitter, but it would take like an hour and a half, and I don't think it's necessary. I just wanted to tell you guys because one, I know people will wonder why I've stopped responding to people on Twitter, and I don't want people to like get mad at me. And two, it'll help keep me accountable. If I tell you guys this right now, it'll help keep me more accountable and stay more motivated to stay off Twitter, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's really all I can say on that. I just don't want Twitter anymore. I just don't want it anymore. But with all that being said, I still am using Instagram. I still like Instagram. Instagram doesn't make me feel terrible all the time. The number one thing that I want to tell you guys about is that my album rankings are now going to be on Instagram. You might have seen them, that I've already been doing them. Instead of putting my ranking of an album in the video, I've been putting them in an Instagram reel instead. It's because it's a fun thing to do. It gives me the opportunity to make a different type of content instead of just like the same thing. Again, like I'm trying to do new things, trying to branch out and try new things. And this has been fun so far. So I might also do them for older albums too, like things I reacted to a year ago where my ranking has changed. Maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking of doing that. I also post just like day-to-day stories, Instagram stories, which why is liking stories a thing now? Instagram, I don't need that. Like that is so annoying to me. I don't need people to like my stories. That's not the point. I hate social media. But yeah, you can follow me there if you want to. Yeah, oh my god, I hate social media so much. I know my entire job stems from social media, but the reality is if this wasn't my job, I would have deleted my Instagram and Twitter by now. Like I would be entirely off of social media because I don't like it. But that's everything I think that I wanted to address for now. If you guys have any questions about anything that I said, please go ahead, leave it down below, and if I can answer it, I will. Thank you guys for just hanging out. If you watch this, I know a lot of people won't, which is totally cool. It's just a channel update. But if you did take the time to check this out, I appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Again, take care of yourself, love yourself, be yourself. That one's important. Be yourself, no matter who tells you anything else. Who you are is perfectly okay and perfectly good. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye!